All right, you got your co-host today, Zach Dingy.
My co-host is Benji Ekwall.
That's my dog.
He's
night.
He's not participating today.
My boy is nighted.
He's not participating in the episode today, but he is in camera. So, what up, bud?
Cool. We got a new format. Tony is no longer with us. Wiped his hands clean of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We have infinite beef with him till the day we die. We're honestly not.
How much different would his life be if he lost his hand instead of his leg? I feel like losing your arm is
worse.
way worse. Like,
What do you guys think? Is it worse to lose your hand or your leg? Think about it though. Hold on. You'll never have an issue walking or playing or running.
yeah, but
Without a hand.
your leg, the replacement for your leg, what they give you, your prosthetic, you can just about do everything normal day to day. Maybe you can't run and play football and cut hard or do any of that, but you can walk, you can type, you can drink, you can text, you can use your laptop, you can drive, you can do everything completely normal.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If it was 100 years ago, it would probably be more valuable to have your legs, predators and prey and whatnot, running, scaling.
100 years? You're talking more like 500 years.
Yeah, but now, especially in people's lines of work, hands are more important. I've never experienced.
Why do we have superstition though? Like, are we superstitious out of fear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
And is it because we're just hyper fixated on something and we're trying to control the situation?
Yes.
So we try to do something to
eliminate as many variables as humanly possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have like a breakthrough here.
Yeah.
All right. What about, can you describe to me the physical moment when okay. 4 days ago, you had an image on a screen of your bank account from 5 years ago and of image of the first 5-figure check you ever cashed.
Correct.
Can you take me to a physical moment, pivotal moment, right as that was happening? Like, what were you doing where were you the first time you knew that you were going to make a $10,000 check? Actually knew, not just believed. Where were you? What were you doing? Were you knocking? Were you at home at your dad's couch? Like, take me to that moment.
Do you want me to make up a story? Because I don't have one.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
I don't want you to make up anything.
I have no idea where I was when that first $10,000 check.
Do you remember cashing your first $10,000 check?
I do, but I couldn't tell you where I was. All I could tell you was the feeling I remember is that it changed my perspective on holy shit. You can make that much money not working that much harder. And it's no longer about time.
Do the show, guys.
It's no longer about the effort I'm putting in.
It's no longer about you. I'm back.
I told you he was going to say something really funny. We're all going to forget that he was late.
That's how I roll, baby.
Yep.
The power of funny.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What are we talking about?
Don't
need
touch
your
me.
mic.
Don't touch me with your little dirty hands.
Hey, what's up, guys? I know
Little
you missed
dirty,
me.
grubby
You're
hands.
back on Two Dudes,
No.
Three Legs.
No.
You're back with your host, Tony and Benji.
It was Zac and Benji for a while. He was cuddled up right there.
That's fire.
All right,
That's
hold on
lit.
1 sec.
I'm sweating. You know that I'm late sweat?
Mm-hmm.
I just had it. I have it.
Really? Why?
Yo, nothing gets me hyped up like being late. I wish I could have that I'm late feeling when I'm early.
Oh, I love the I'm early feeling. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Something about that, people are waiting for me, just really gets me going. It's like a cup of hot Joe.
Really?
Really gets me going. Do you know what I'm getting at, Bryce?
Yeah.
You know when you realize you're late and then there's nothing that can slow you down?
How do you get out of that mindset where like it's like 8:59 and my appointment's at 9 and I just left my house? Why are we like that?
I'm not like that.
I'm usually not. I dead ass thought we were on at 7 tonight.
Do you get all hot when people are waiting for you?
It fucking drives me nuts.
when people are, yeah, I especially if
Because
it's like
I
something
hate the other way
serious.
around.
Yeah. That's what I always think about.
Yeah.
Is I would be fucking pissed if someone did this to me. Although I'm very lenient on others, I don't show it. I'm too nice. I'm way too fucking
You are
nice.
too nice. Tony, you don't know how to say no. Let's practice.
I don't.
Zach, go ahead. Ask Tony something that he should say no to.
Do you want to have
Well, I could probably, I could do it.
Okay, Tony. Listen, dude. I need you to come over. I have a little shindig with my aunt and my grandfather. I want you to be there. It's not going to be fun at all, but I want you to be there tomorrow night. Can you make it?
I was just about to check my calendar. I thought you were serious. I forgot we were training here.
We're training. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Tony, I want you to come over tomorrow night. It's not really going to be that great, but I need you to be there to be fun.
I can't say no to my boy. I can't even do this in a practice room. To my boy?
Yeah.
Your dumbass aunt, you're going to be sitting there alone with her? No, I can't even let you sit alone with her.
And you're just going to make
I'm going to come up there. I'm going to tickle her funny bones, and your uncle's going to laugh too. We're all going to giggle and have a great time.
You're so good at that. You're so good at tickling funny bones. You came over for coffee this morning. That was a delight.
Yo, that was fun. Just 3 boys and some Joe.
3 boys and some
It is a little different in the morning.
Yo, we should start.
There's like a
podcast.
certain element of nighttime fun when it's like 11 o'clock and the boys come over. But I think there's a whole nother element that we're missing. That's the 7 a.m. coffee crew.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because so many things can happen from 7 a.m. on. At 7 p.m., I'm going Betty bye soon. 7 a.m., oh, who knows what could happen? Tony could fucking fall back into alcoholism by 9. We could be at fucking Tampaqueñas having margaritas until 3 o'clock. You never know what could happen.
I don't know if that's has anything to do with why it's better.
The excitement of what could possibly happen during the
No,
day?
it's just like
You know
it's
what
like
it really
being
is?
together before the day starts and everyone was just sleeping and nothing has happened yet. We're all just like
It's because all of our patience is filled. We have all of our patience with us. I haven't lost any from any bullshit yet. I think that's what it is. That's why in the morning I'm
How much stress do you deal with on a daily basis, each of you? If you could out of 10, rate your stress dealing with, how much stress do you have to deal with out of 10 daily?
not every day.
How much out of 10 average?
Go ahead, Tone.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm a little different. I just don't let shit stress me. I think some of the things I deal with, a lot of other people would crumble.
Like what?
Like, I think people think that like leading a team, yeah, it's very stressful and it's like it takes a lot out of you and you need to be able to answer the phone at all times and be there for people and solve everyone else's problems all the fucking time. And it sounds like a lot. And it's like, I think other people would let that get to them in their head. But I just always remember you can only do one thing at a time. So as long as I'm doing one thing and it's the right thing at the moment, I'm good.
I'll give you
It's
a good
never
example.
failed me.
I'll give you a good example. Stress is relative, and you build a stress muscle over time. So if every day I wake up and I drive a Lamborghini, after about a year, it's just a car to me. It's no longer anything special. It's the same with stress. After waking up and always having stress or always having some problem or fire to put out, after a year of doing it, it's no longer stressful. And there are some people that woke up and you know, they might run a multi-million-dollar insurance business, and their largest insurance supplier may have just dropped them from their business, and now they lost millions of dollars. But he's okay because he has built up his stress muscle over time, and so now he's okay with it. So like some days I'm super stressed, some days I'm not. Some days I have big problems, some days I have small problems. But at the end of the day, stress is relative. And if you don't have stress, you have an issue. Your life is fucking a miserable life if you don't have any stress.
Why do you think we have stress? You think why do you think why do you think we stress like actualizes in our body, physically, mentally? Do you think it's a defense mechanism?
Of course.
Why?
Of course.
It's in our lizard brain, bro. Keeps you alive.
Facts.
Is everything just survival? Everything? Reproduction, stress, anxiety, happiness. It's all just
Our
survival.
brain is thousands of years old. It came from fucking
Definitely
us.
what it's set up for.
Yeah. It came from just trying to keep us alive. And that's why we see the negative in everything, because our brain is always trying to keep us alive. And it's so hard for us to see the positive side of everything because our brain doesn't work like that. Our brain's job is to keep us alive all the time. That's the sole purpose of our brain.
And if you don't understand that, it will sabotage the shit out of you.
All right. So what are 3 defining characteristics of an ordinary man? And I actually try to play the game with me for once.
What are 3 defining
ordinary?
characteristics of an ordinary man?
Goes through the motions.
1, goes through the motions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ordinary men.
That couldn't be more vague. But
Yeah, I was going to
to
say that's not really a great.
a
that's
defining
good start.
characteristic. Their hairstyle.
That's a
their,
good start.
when they wake up. Give me something that's a defining characteristic. Their lifestyle. Maybe their wife's fat. I don't care what it is.
Mm-hmm.
3 defining characteristics.
They work a job they do not like.
Okay.
Hates their job. Out of shape.
Mm-hmm. Those are 2 very solid ones. Hates their job and hates their body. Hates
Okay.
their relationships. Here you go.
Okay, cool.
And I would say, before you go on to the next part, how many people do you think are those 3 characteristics? Hate their job, don't like their body, and don't like their relationships with their people in their life? What percentage of people in this world?
Gotta be 70.
that high.
You agree?
Yeah, bro. Look at you.
Sure.
Run of the mill.
Obesity is 60, 70%.
I didn't choose to be obese.
Stop it. Yeah, you did. Nobody else fed you.
Smells like liberals.
You decided every single food you ate, you never
It's my
had a gun.
metabolism. I was born with a poor metabolism.
That
Then eat
sucks.
less.
Then you should have eaten less.
Eat less. You don't.
So
need
I would
much to
say
survive.
70. I think it's like 70% of people are out of shape. 80% maybe. I would say another solid 50% of the world hates their job. And I would say 80% of people hate the relationships they have with the people in their life.
Got it. So now, can I have a combination of these and still be extraordinary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I still be extraordinary if I hate my job?
Yes, if you're a superstar in some type of category.
Can I be extraordinary if I'm out of shape?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can I be extraordinary if I hate the people around me in my relationships?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if I...
Let's give examples.
Okay.
Who's someone who's out of shape who's extraordinary?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Is he out of shape or just older?
No, he's out of
He's
shape.
got that fucking gut that he hides.
Okay. What about someone who hates their job?
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, you almost have to hate your job at a certain point. You got to hate your job so that you can leave it and go get a job you love. But
That one's
most people
tough,
hate their job.
actually. Like, think of someone notable who hates their job. That's hard. Who can you name that is worth naming that hates their job?
Well, nobody on mainstream that we would know on like social media or anything because they're marketing themselves.
Well, then are
But
they
I think there's
extrovert?
people who are not ordinary. So these are characteristics of ordinary man. So now we're saying, can you be not ordinary and hate your job still? Yeah, I think there's somebody probably on Wall Street that absolutely hates his life, but makes millions of dollars a year and is not ordinary.
Let me ask you this. I don't think that my last ask really gives us anything. Can you be extraordinary if you're broke?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You can.
If you don't
Absolutely.
have money.
If you don't have money, can you be extraordinary?
Yeah. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Jesus wasn't rolling in it.
Got it.
He's the greatest figure of all time.
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior?
That's the guy.
Got it. Okay.
Who else? What are?
Let me ask you this
examples of
question.
today?
Who do you think is the most famous person in the world?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
Correct.
Correct. There's like it's a fucking answer.
Correct.
I mean, most Google search person.
No, I was asking it because I actually knew the answer and it's Jesus Christ. Because I heard it on somebody else's podcast.
And then it's Andrew Tate.
All right, let's have guesses. Well, who's the most Google search person today?
Right
Oh,
now.
today?
Yeah, guess.
It's not Andrew Tate anymore.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, gotta be Donnie. That's
Let's
a really
see.
good guess. Your guess was so good that I can't guess one now. It's either that or Taylor.
January 2024.
I'm not
with
kidding
Taylor
you. That
Swift.
was going to be my guess.
Got it.
Go to what is the number one search thing
Swift.
on Google? Right there. YouTube and Amazon.
Are the most searched
Wow.
things. That's because old people are getting on the interwebs and they're like, take me to YouTube.
Yeah, they're just like, because Google opens automatically and they just type in. And I honestly, I do that.
I do that every time.
Yeah.
So then
Every
those two
time.
shouldn't even be default because you're just using it to get where you're going. But what's
Yeah, but
actually
that's-
searched?
Those things are. Because they're.
Yeah, but you're not searching YouTube. You're going to YouTube.
Yeah,
The
but
next
through a
most
Google
popular.
search.
Right. I understand.
Here's
that.
what's crazy. The next most popular, number 3, is Facebook. Who doesn't use the Facebook app? Why are you Googling Facebook to
old
go on
people,
Facebook?
Wait, old people use Facebook. Although Facebook is making a comeback, bro.
No. That's not my point. If I go to use Facebook,
Yeah, you use
who's
your
not
app.
using the app?
Old people. I
That's
just answered that.
crazy.
Yeah, bro.
You want to know how much money has
Fucking
circulated?
Aunt Tammy wants to post her prayers.
You want to know what? Want to know a crazy number? How much money has circulated through ad spend on Facebook?
Yo, ads on Facebook are crazy. Does that
$2 billion.
mean how much money has been spent on the ads?
Spending on making an ad.
2020 was 2 billion, or 2023 was 2 billion.
$2 billion
2B.
in ads
2B.
spent. Ad spend.
I'm actually
2B.
not very surprised with that. It's a great place to run ads.
It's the only place to run ads.
Yeah. Well, no, people run ads on everything now.
Yeah, but it's the only
Bro,
place to
every
run
fucking reel I look at on everything now it's secretly an ad.
It's not secret. Shit's got a
It just
fucking
says it in the
CTA.
tiny bottom left
Sign
corner.
up now. Call today. Visit the link.
Yeah,
Inquire
but some
below.
of them are like
No,
it's
but
like
the
this
ones on
crazy
TikTok where it's like
story.
eligible for commission on the bottom left, and then it doesn't really, they're just like talking about any product, and they're not really saying
Like
like
even-
click here or anything.
So last night, something happened with Gianna. She had like fucking. I gave her a fucking sip of my protein shake. So stupid, so fucking stupid.
This is what I want to hear.
So she fucking bro. She gets chicken pox in 10 seconds. Just her whole shit. She's turning pink and
No.
purple. She's screaming. Her fucking mom's yelling at me. I'm such an asshole. So me being the genius I am, I do a lot of my research on TikTok. Not. So I hit TikTok right away.
No, you didn't. The first thing you did when your daughter had a fucking face infection was go to TikTok.
Listen,
Yo.
when I'm doing research, I like to see visual and information. I can't read, dog.
Yo, bro.
You know this.
Yo, bro. You know that the episode starts right here. This is where it just
Yeah,
started.
great. I don't care. So anyway, I'm on TikTok and I'm Googling. I'm looking up how to know, like, if your kid's having a really bad allergic reaction, when is it time to go to the hospital? So I'm watching all these videos. I get great information. Great information. But then I realize every video I'm watching is selling me a cream to reduce the rashes from all
You
this
got me,
shit.
bro. Zach had to reposition.
Yo, she's fine. Bro, we're meant to live, all right? She threw it all up. We're good.
Why did you give her a sip of your protein shake?
Well, it was very healthy, first of all. Okay, it was all frozen fruit, Greek yogurt, and a little bit of whey isolate
What do you feed your baby?
protein. Breast milk for the most part. She loves steak. And any whole food that we're eating at dinner, we'll give her a piece of it.
Got
Hey,
it.
That's awesome.
Smart.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's
She's like a
hilarious.
dog right now.
like a dog.
It's hilarious.
Like a dog.
Now, do you think that okay, let's use Gianna as an example of human development, nurture versus nature, choose to be broke. Let's go back now once we just shook off that kind of debate of it, the light debate. Let's get into a real debate. So Gianna is 1 year old, almost?
11 months. Almost.
Okay, 11 months old. Now, she's given certain, she's learning like a sponge.
Crazy.
How much do you think she's actually learning right now? Like, what's she learning? Okay, she's learning movements and facial
She's
expression.
copying audio. So, she goes,
Mm.
She's copying that. She's learning how to play games and how to interact with others and how to get reactions out of people. So we have this box at our house where all her toys go in, and every time she puts a toy in the box, we clap. So she'll wait till someone's looking, and she'll put a toy in, and then she'll look at you and clap at you.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Yeah.
So do you think what do you think her infantile value system consists of right now?
What are her values? Her mother is above all else. There's nothing in her world more valuable than her mother.
But value systems and rewards, right? What does she find value in right now? So affection from her mother.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm right.
And reactions from others.
So is that
She's just kind of figuring out reactions from others.
is that like attention? Can we say number one is attention?
I wouldn't even call it attention. I would call it her finding her ability to do something here and have something happen there. Just get a reaction, have an effect on something near her.
So what's the word for that? Consequences, even positive?
Have an effect.
Reaction. Okay. What else? Do you think she values anything else?
Breasts, big, juicy.
Is that
round
like
boobies.
is that like energy though? Like, is she trying to get a transfer of energy? Is that what you could say?
I don't know. I don't know.
She
what
gets
you mean
happy
by
when
that.
she gets attention.
Yeah.
And reaction.
Because
She
I think
creates
babies,
something.
I think humans are very few things humans are born with, and one of them I think is the understanding of energy, and like she can sense when you guys are happy, just like a dog can sense when you're happy, just automatically. I think humans have that instinct too, especially before they're jaded as they get older. But like, do you think she's just looking for certain energy out of her mother?
Maybe she's a people pleaser like me. She just puts toys in boxes to make people clap.
Okay, cool. So now what age do you think that she'll, and I'm using this as a catalyst just for the conversation. So what age do you think Gianna will be when she adds to her value system?
Unpack that for me. Adds to her value system.
Right now, she has very minimal value, things that are value that she's.
Things that she values.
I was there and now I'm kind of out of it. I'm trying to figure out like when will she start to put these building blocks together, and at what ages does she start developing what she understands as value? And then when does she start making decisions that actually start? Because me and Zach had a whole debate before you got here about Zach said I was just being a catalyst. He said you chose to be broke. Right? He says, if you're broke, you chose to be broke. So what choices is she making in her life? When does she start having value systems and desires and thoughts and feelings that are going to potentially
so far out, 3 years old, probably. Those type of values,
there.
I'm talking like her values right now are like, I want mommy. There's no like, oh, I like this thing.
So we're
More
just
than
taking
that,
it from ground zero. So, okay, fine. It's not Gianna. It's whoever. At an age, what's the age that you start having more values than just survival and attention?
Puberty.
I
think
no
it's
idea.
you're way later. Like,
I'm asking, when is the first decision I make that will lead to me being broke? When's the first decision I'll ever make that will lead to my brokenness?
oh, okay.
Being
So
born.
it's not even decision. So I kind of disagree that if you are broke, it's 100% your fault. It's not always your fault. Some people are so poorly educated and poorly programmed that they don't even stand a fucking chance. You can be so mentally defeated by your upbringing that you don't even know that you have the option to escape being broke and having a broke mentality.
Okay, so
That is extremely true.
yeah, Zach, but lean into your belief from before though for this conversation.
Okay. Number one, real quick, you have an eyelash right here. It's driving me crazy.
It's yours now,
Right
baby.
here.
Take it.
No, you take it.
I can't see that.
Just wipe your face.
So Zach, just kind of make the assertion.
So your point is that some people don't have the choice to be broke. Some people had no option. They're just naturally and for the rest of their life going to have no choice but to be broke.
And your thought is?
Yeah,
Zach,
I think
Zach?
you can be mentally stuck. You're just fucked. Somebody fucked you. And unless you're so lucky that you meet the right person and they tell you, hey, man, it doesn't have to be like this. Like, you're mentally broken. we can fix that. You can do work to get better. Like, I think if you never read a book, you don't have the value of what happens if I read a book. And so you never even try.
But don't you think there's so much information out there now that
Why would you seek information if you didn't think it would have any effect?
You stumble upon it because it's everywhere
Right,
and
by luck,
on everything.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, or they're not going to get that. They're never even going to have that, not the opportunity. They're just not going to have that moment where they say, holy shit, I don't have to live.
Who you are is not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
100%. Agreed.
But Zach, all I'm trying to get to is like, I'm trying to, if you're telling me that it's a choice to be broke, which you still haven't said yet on this new episode here, but when is my first choice that leads me to those series of choices that are my fault that I'm broke? When does my first choice begin? Just tell me.
So
when's my first choice that I was leading me to be broke? How old was I? When did I make it?
I mean, it's different for everyone, but probably somewhere in high school when you start to actually have a job. Because before you're in high school, you don't make any money and it doesn't matter because your parents are paying for everything for you and you have no financial responsibility. The first decision is your first moment of financial responsibility.
I think it's the second you let the little voice in your head that says, I'm not special and I can't make a ton of money. As soon as you listen to that voice, whenever you hear it, that's it. You're broken. Benji.
But that wasn't a specific time. Like
it's whenever that happens. As soon as you go from being a young kid who's like, oh, I can do anything I want. I want to be Elon Musk when I grow up, I can build spaceships, or I want to invent this thing. As soon as you let other people saying, no, that's stupid, go just work at this pizza place so you can make a little money so that until you get a real job. As soon as you start listening to that bullshit, that's when you are,
and you
have
can
become
argue
self-defeating.
You can argue that wasn't your choice. But at the end of the day, ultimately, it's always your choice.
No, you chose to listen.
You just didn't know any better.
So I didn't have enough confidence. That was my first choice that led to my being broke. I didn't have enough confidence to not believe in external.
Right, but
in his
lack
scenario,
of confidence
yes,
is what guided your choice, but it didn't make your choice.
I
Your
still
lack of
haven't-
confidence is why you made the choice.
In this hypothesis, I chose to be broke. When was my first choice?
When
like
you
I said, it was the
mediocrity.
first. No. The answer to that question is the first time you made when you started to have financial responsibility, and you chose to take the wrong option, whether you knew that it was wrong or didn't know it was wrong. Somewhere around middle school, high school, and you took your first job and you played that job out. You played the pizza job out for 15 years because you didn't know any better.
So I chose to start working. Anyone that's of a common mindset would say, oh, he's trying to do something. He's choosing
Correct.
a good thing, right? So is there an institutional flaw in society that leads everyone to think I've made a good choice by delivering pizza when I'm 16?
No, I think that job is absolutely
Essential.
smart at the time and essential.
So is it a bad choice? Did
Is that a bad choice?
Is that leading to me being broke?
Well, when you're 16, no, because at that time, making $100, you're rich.
So then great. So
Yeah, but it all
so
depends on your intention, though. What are you doing with the money when you make it? Are you spending it on shoes?
So I've yet.
What are you doing with it?
Okay. Maybe that's the thing. Because according to what you've just said, I haven't made a bad decision that's led me to be broke yet. I chose to work a job.
Correct.
And so you said it's like around that middle school, early high school time when I choose a job. Now that choice is leading to me
You
being
missed a
broke.
huge point that I made. It's your belief system, too. If you say, oh, I'm going to play it safe, that's how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to go get this pizza job. I'm going to listen to all my peers. I'm going to just coast through this little job. I'm not going to save my money because no one else is doing it. When your belief system is, I'm just going to do the safe route, then you made your decision to be fucking broke. I believe. Because you can do that pizza job and save every fucking penny. Every single penny. Because if you're working a pizza job, you don't have your own house. You're not living in an apartment. You're with mom and dad. Because you're not affording anything else, I promise you.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you don't have bills. So save your fucking money. And then finish high school, Go get a better job, continue moving up, and place that money somewhere smart. Whether it's a dream or go try something crazy. Go try your dream, whatever that is. But if you continue to play it safe and listen to your peers and become indoctrinated by the school system, which is fucking people left and right.
Would you say being broke is more of a spending problem or a saving problem?
Aren't those the same problem?
Or sorry, would you say broke is more an income problem or a spending problem?
I'm going to say nowadays a spending problem. Because you can actually do a lot with a little and people don't realize.
Really?
You can go get an FHA loan and buy a fucking house with 3% down. And people are so scared to do it because everyone's told, oh, it's too much. Even though you actually end up spending less for a 2-family home than you do for rent. Actually, that kind of has changed over the last couple of years.
I think that's incorrect. I think the average person's salary is so minuscule and they have so little left over that they oftentimes can't. And I think it's an income problem.
I don't know. I did it.
How long do you have to fucking save money if you save your $300 a month that you have on top of your income? If you save $300 a month for fucking 50 years, you're still broke.
Okay, so that would be an income problem because then my answer is go fucking hustle.
Correct. So that's my question.
Well, hold on. Don't just succumb to his... It's a debate.
Well,
honor your side.
He made a good point, but
1 point and boom, your whole fucking point's dead.
Well, it depends on the situation, right? So
he's saying that you can't ever save enough. You're saying that if you save enough, you can make it out of being broke. Do you believe that or not?
No, I think you can save enough.
Really? So yeah. I'm working a regular ass 9 to 5, or maybe it's even a menial minimum wage job. Under Tony's belief, I can save enough and grind enough if maybe my circumstances are right in order to save enough money so that I can what? And
So
Zach says it'll never fucking
on
happen. All you need to do is get a new job and risk it all to make enough money. Correct? Am I wrong?
Yeah, sure. That's
Or
an
get a
extreme scenario, but
job.
yes.
But
Yes.
no, I do think you can save, actually. I think people just spend too much money on frivolous shit.
Wrong.
Stupid.
Wrong. So
I disagree
the
with you.
most...
Look at all the broke people. They got sick Jordans and fucking nice clothes and fake chains and all the bullshit. Look at them.
That's not all the broke people. There's a large majority of society that has kids, a family, a house, 2 cars, and are still dead broke because they simply just do not have enough
Having a
leftover
kid is a
discretionary
savings
money.
problem, not an earning problem. You shouldn't have a fucking kid if you're not ready. That's a savings issue.
It's always, no.
Yeah.
The answer to every question is always an income problem because you can always go and make more money. You can always go and make
So
more
then the
money.
money that you make doesn't count? What are you getting at?
No
way, bro.
My point is it's extremely hard to being broke. It's almost impossible to escape being broke by saving money. The only way for 99% of people to escape being broke is to create more income, not to save more money.
Okay, I think there's a large part of this equation that you're not thinking about, and it's not just saving money, it's being smart with the money that you have. You don't need much to survive.
Okay, let's take an example. We live here in New York. You got an FHA loan, 3.5% down. What's the average house we're going to buy here in New York?
400.
Okay. How much is 3.5% of $400,000?
12 grand.
12 grand. Google right now, Bryce, how many people have $1,000 in their bank account for an emergency?
Okay, but that's because people don't save their fucking money and they spend too much.
Okay.
I'm not saying that what 99% of people do is right. I'm saying that 99%
If you had
of people don't know how to be
$500
frugal and they fucking spend their money on stupid shit.
If you had $500 left in your account, saved $500 in your account every...
The numbers are consistently around 60%, meaning only 40% of Americans have enough savings to cover an unexpected expense without going into debt.
Less than $1,000.
As
40% of Americans
of
are less than
Americans have less than
$1,000. But what was my
$1,000
point I was just going to make? Okay, so if you have $500 left over that you save every single month, 500 times 12 is what? 6 grand. If you need to save up $12,000 to put on an FHA loan, it takes you 2 years just to save enough just to buy that house.
Sounds like not that much time.
Sounds like a long time to me.
I don't know. I think you can save way more than that. I think people, like, I remember when I was living like a fucking I lived in a fucking trailer behind Vito's house. We bought a camper. I lived in it for a summer so I could save money and put it towards. That's how we got the fucking properties. Me and Vito were living in a fucking basement, and we fucking built our own walls so we could sleep separately. Like, we grinded, and I didn't even have a job. I forgot what the fuck I was doing for money at the time. I don't even know where we were. I think we were fucking taking loans and we spent all of the last of our money to get a mortgage to buy this house with enough money to fix it as well. And then we fucking were taking loans, using the money to renovate the house. And then once the house was finished, we got more money out, and then we rented it immediately. Like, we did it with no fucking money. I wish we recorded it. I remember we woke up one morning and Vito fucking cracked open his change jar so we could get fucking egg sandwiches. And I was like so happy. I'll never forget. I remember it. It was an Animal Pack jar. You remember Animal Pack? I'll never forget that shit.
Wait, what did he do?
He found a change jar he forgot he had. And we were like, woo, egg sandwiches for breakfast. It was lit. We were having the time. Those were the best times of our lives. We were having so much fun. We had nothing. And we were risking it all on a piece of shit building on Delano Street. And we fucking did it. We had no option. We had our backs against the wall because there was no money. And me and Vito are not the type of guys who work a regular fucking job. We just don't do well with that. I don't like it.
It's so interesting that we say those are the best times of our lives.
Oh, it was the best, bro. We woke up every morning. I was like, I'm broke. I'm going to die. I have nothing. And then I look like, you don't realize.
But is that really the best time of your life?
Yeah, we had fun. We were working. We're forced to work. It's like when you don't have options, you just have fun.
Yeah, you guys, it's funny.
Maybe I'm built different. I don't fucking know.
No, it's funny to me because this is the only part of this conversation so far that I've, like, the last 10 minutes that I'm actually like, wow about, because you guys are both literally just your ideals are based on your experience.
Yeah,
that's
of course,
it.
Of course.
So like you, Zach, I think I know the answer to this question, but let's try.
Wait. Let me finish my thought here. You know what I think I found is that when you're in that position, you don't have options. So there's no stress because you're not thinking about what can I do? I only have one thing to do. And as long as I'm doing it, I cannot be stressed because I'm doing the best that I can. And that's the position we put ourselves in. It was do this or you lose everything. And so we're fucking in there painting walls like, this is it. Do or die, baby.
Now, Zach, have you ever used saving as a mechanism for success?
Have I ever used saving for a mechanism
of not being broke? Have you ever used saving to not be broke?
Damn, bro, you asked some complicated ass questions.
Like my savings?
Have you
like,
ever saved money? Have you ever attributed the saving of money to your not being broke? Has saving ever made you not broke? Yes or no? Come on.
I mean, depending on how you define broke, yes and no. But like, no, really
okay,
no.
And Tony, has
really
saving ever made you not broke? The result of saving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been through.
That's what I'm looking
like,
for.
even when I got into my accident, I was good. I'm a fucking pack rat, cuz. I fucking cash under the bed.
Got it. And Zach, all of your...
And people were very good to me and donated to me. And I'm still extremely grateful for that. I'll never skip over that like that didn't happen.
Got it.
I just always burn my money.
So...
yeah, you do, bro.
Like, I just don't believe in it. Like, what am I saving for?
Have you ever been broke?
Yeah. Of course I've been broke.
Take me there.
Of course I was broke. When I fucking kicked Alex out of my house and I was 18 years old, I moved out and had $1,600 in rent due and I had no money to pay it. But I just found it. I just go out and I fucking sell weed or I fucking do like I just made it. When you have no choice but to find money, you find money.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I was broke. I wasn't broke to the point where I was literally sleeping on the street or like half dead or couldn't afford food. But I was definitely broke to the point where like, I can't go spend money on anything right now. I need to fucking pay rent and eat chicken and that's it, you know? I just think the word saving, when you attach saving to invest, is a much different thing. Just saving money is crazy to me. just saving money? Like,
I don't think so. I love saving money. I collect cash.
All right, hold on one sec.
It's my favorite. But I also do a weird version of saving too. Like I'll put money somewhere where it has to come back to me one way or another. Like lending money out to somebody. This way I feel
the point you said before, though, I want to go back to it because it's so important and so great. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's only two ways to really live life. You either are broke and just have so much fucking fun all the goddamn time because you have no stress, no worries, and you don't give a fuck about anything in life. You just make money, spend it all on drugs, alcohol, and bad decisions. Or you try to get really, really rich and escape it all. But like, why be in the middle where you have to work all the time just to pay rent and not have any fun? Why be in a position where you are working 50, 60, 70 hours a week to make just enough money to pay for your fucking 1-bedroom apartment and to go to dinner once a week? Why? 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 That's the worst existence I can think of. Either escape it all or fucking burn all of your money. Don't have any responsibility. Say fuck the world and do whatever you want and have a 420 credit score and have STDs and have all your problems.
But like, have to come with all the bad shit.
But like for real, at least you got some sick stories. I don't get the 90% of human existence that are just okay doing nothing.
They're not
having
they're
nothing.
Not, they're
no,
not
but they are because they're there, because it's a choice, because they're choosing.
No, I think
they are choosing to have no discretionary income, to work just enough to pay their bills, to work just enough to have maybe one Mercedes, to work just enough to take one vacation, but never more. It's never let me live in absolute abundance. Let me have abundance. Let me take as many vacations as I want. They just get just enough to pay the bank.
I think that there's this weird thing with people, and it's what I like to compare it to is going to the gym. You never want to get up and go to the gym, but then you get there and you feel fucking great because you're there.
What does that have anything to do with being broke?
Let me get to my point. So for me, all the most fun times of my life have always been when I was just working, grinding. And I have fun when I'm doing that because in the back of my mind, just like when you're at the gym, even though you didn't want to go there, you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing and the best thing with your time. And so that always, if I know I'm doing that, I'm happy.
I think you're more
people are
just
afraid to go to the gym, put themselves to fucking work when it's unnecessary. When you don't have to.
I think you're more of just lacking any other things going on in your life so that you're happy with that. Like when you're working, you lack all the other realities of the world because you're at work so much and doing that and that thing only that you don't have any introspective on everything else that's going on that you could be doing. And that's why you're happy. Not because you're happy in doing it. It's because your lack of other things you could do, your lack of variety, your lack of options, that makes you happy. If my only option is from the moment you are alive, the moment you are born,
the
moment you are born, your only thing you're allowed to do is do construction. There's no other option in the world. There's no other job. When you're born here, you do construction. That's your only goal. Well, then you would be fucking happy doing construction because you don't have any other options. The problem is we have options, and when you see the other options, ignorance is bliss.
No, I've been happy when I was grinding hard as fuck and I had options. I'm like even now.
Why would you be grinding hard as fuck in your old job being broke if you had other options that you know could make you more money? So and how would you be happy doing it then?
So just an example, when I was driving a tow truck in 2017, I was only making 60 grand a year. But I would work 60 hours a week knowing, hey, if I put in fucking 10 hours overtime every week, I can put an extra $500 away. And I had money in the bank. And I just kept stacking it and stacking it and stacking it. And that's how I continued to have money to put into properties. But I was grinding, and it's not like that was my only option. It was the option I chose. Like I could have just worked the 50 hours a week and just paid my bills. But I decided No, I want to fucking grind it out, work more, take advantage of this opportunity I have to the fullest, cut everything else out so that my future can be better. And though that made me happy, knowing that, like I remember finishing 13-hour, 14-hour work days, 5 days a week and being like, fuck yeah. I would take pictures of my check-in and out cards. What is the fucking thing called?
It's interesting. Men measure success based on
punch card, timesheet.
Yeah,
I think when you're broke, you keep score by how hard you work. And when you get rich, you keep score by how much money you have. So when you're broke like that, you just said you were so happy to work 13, 14 hours because it made you feel good. And that was your score. It was like, yo, I work harder than you, motherfucker. Fuck you. And that was the score you were working on. And then as you get rich and you work smarter, your scorecard changes.
Every time it was, I remember I had like $25,000 in my bank account and I was fucking pretty young. And I knew that nobody was saving money. And I had money to invest in opportunities. That's what I looked at every fucking week was I'd open up my bank account and be like, all right, how much more can I put in here? How much more can I put in here? That's what made me happy. And then the big fucking bang was, okay, Vito found another fucking home run property. Now I got something to do with my 25K.
Got it. How much harder do you think it was to be an ordinary man? Do you think it was harder to be an ordinary man in the 1970s than it is today? Or easier?
Everything was easier back then, bro. I don't care what anybody says. $400,000 for a fucking house and the average income is what? 30K? What the fuck is going on? What's happening here?
I agree.
Okay.
What?
Were we just going to say there's a leak?
No, there's a lot of alternative housing options, right?
Today?
What do you mean by that?
So I don't know. I'm not an expert in the real estate market, but I think there was less rentals available at that time.
Yeah, but that's because you could afford houses, so you didn't need rentals. And you can get a loan on anything.
Are you saying that that's what drove up the price of housing?
No, I just think the rental market is created out of necessity. I don't know.
The rental market is created out of necessity of not being able to afford houses.
Yeah.
Unaffordable houses, not affordable houses.
More people probably owned houses.
Well, the inability to get a house. I don't think it's not be able to afford a house because every time I look at a fucking, it used to be a lot cheaper to own a house than to fucking rent it. I believe from what I used to, like every fucking unit I own pays the mortgage for that property. Mm-hmm. There's not one, pretty close. So now it's gotten worse with higher rates and shit. But like it used to be, I used to wonder why the fuck anybody ever rented. Owning a house was not that expensive. Even if you got to buy like a shithole, at least buy something you own, But I forgot where I was going with that.
Because I asked this question. Yeah. I think I asked my grandfather or Andre this question, like percentage wise, like average income today versus average home price today versus average income 50 years ago versus average home price then. Mm-hmm. Is the ratio the same?
No, not even close.
What is it?
We just saw that.
I don't know the exact
metric.
Didn't we
just do this? I feel like I just spoke to somebody about this. Pull it up.
It's been, most people have probably seen it. It's all over Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. People always post that. But income has increased by on average like 2% a year. And housing prices have increased on average like 200% a year. It's like 10x.
Well, not 200% a year.
It's
maybe
something
200% over time.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. But it's very K-shaped.
Bro, I think that you used to be able to buy a house. No,
bro, women used to not work. The man used to be able to afford the house all by himself on his own income. Yeah. That goes to show. That goes to show. You can't do that anymore.
A family with a couple kids.
Between 1985 and 2002, the last full year of which data is available, the median home sale price in the U.S. climbed 423%, while median household income just rose 216% during that time. Home values grew about 2 times faster.
That don't even sound right.
Yeah, no, the household income sounds wrong. Like it's higher than it should be. But even so, I mean, it just goes to show like,
rent to income ratio. There we go. 1970, the median rent to income ratio was 20%. Half the city's rental households were paying less than 20% of gross income.
By 1975, the median rent had risen 25%.
2.5 times your annual household income.
No, that's how much. That's the rule of thumb.
Interesting.
Wait, go back up. Stop
I need
scrolling
to
too
pee
quick.
so bad.
How much should a house be compared to annual income? 2.5%. Okay, that makes sense. So if you're making $100K, you should buy a house that's $250,000. But no one nowadays is actually. I feel like a good amount of people are making $100K. But somebody making $100K shouldn't be living in a fucking house that's $250K based on old standards, because a house for $250K ain't gonna get you much anymore.
34% of households make over 100K per year. But 18% of individual Americans, only 18% of individual Americans make over 100K. But 34% of households.
So 34% of households make 100K. So 34% and up make 100K at least. Now think of the top 34% of expensive housing, right? Nothing there is at $250,000. You understand what I mean by that? Like, we're in the millions when it comes to the top 34% of houses. So like, that's way off.